Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode. Been a while since I did another video, and I wanted to follow up with the last one that we did was going over the A2000 mining. Let's talk about what we've seen. Overall, the 2000 didn't really meet my expectations. Price and the profitability sank miserably, and it was just a big mixture of market price declines, a lot of fear in the market, and a massive increase in X11. So let's take a look a little bit further into this here. Kind of broke this down a little bit. Some of it's not as smooth as I want to be. When I first got it at the beginning of September, it was fantastic. It was doing about $20 to $21 per day after cost of electricity, which is anywhere between about 75 cents to a dollar. And as you can see here, right when the Bank of China came out for ICO ban, that's when the market really took a dive. Our difficulty rate was still pretty reasonable. We were in the million, 1.2, 1 million range at that time for X11. The price did decline. It still was pretty steady. I mean, we were in close to 500 at one time. Things were humming along, then out came Jamie Dimon talking about Bitcoin's a fraud, and then the market took another dive on there. And as you can see, I kind of labeled out where the price points were at that time. But it then kind of stabilized even as X11 difficulty almost doubled. The good thing, though, is that the price increased on it, so even though it was harder to get those blocks. As we are going into October, that's when difficulty really spiked. I have another slide that goes into it, but it was tremendously high to the point where we're hovering around 12 million now. And the price really has not changed dramatically. So what can we do? Well, we can see here difficulty chart. Well, there's hope, right? One thing that we can do is really focus on multi-algorithm mining as these A2000s do. The hope is that Quark or Qubit actually can come in and save our day. Full of Quark mining, which what we're doing now is Quark, Qubit, and X11. Here we can see that we're indicating some actual decline in difficulty, which is really good news, and the stability of the Quark coin itself. So I just wanted to give this as one particular example. And I think that overall, once you do have increase potentially in the amount of money that flows into altcoins, I think we might have actually see a turnaround. The adjustment of difficulty levels on X11, I don't think that's going to really come back unless we see, say, $1,000 dash. Overall, here's the breakdown. It cost me $26.50, so I got $22.55 still left over. So if I'm basing it on what I'm making today, which is anywhere between like $2.50 to $3.50 depending on the day, it's going to take me a long time, 902 days or even more. I anticipate that the price of cryptocurrencies will probably increase. So that's just my thoughts. I think that X11 is not going to be as profitable. I do have 3 X10s from Baikal coming. And if I had those today, I should expect to see somewhere around $12 to $15 per day. So hopefully that would increase my each for those. Pretty much I'm expecting that once we do have the hard fork in November, a lot of people are going to have B2X to sell off potentially and have a little free money there to plow back into alt currencies. That's my projection. I think a lot of people are hodling Bitcoin so that they can get that free cash, so to speak. Now I'm doing both Litecoin and Bitcoin, kind of tossing between those two, and I'm keeping that. I'm not buying anything at this time. So I'm keeping everything running along, and hopefully I expect that to kind of return back. I don't expect $3 per day all the way up to the end of the year. So post-November and going into December, I anticipate my return per day to be higher. My recommendations definitely go multi-algo, maybe even taking out an X11, but I'm keeping mine in there, and then convert that with a auto exchanger, whether that be Litecoin or Bitcoin. My recommendation right now is to use Mining Pool Hub as your primary and secondary as Zpool. Forget about NiceHash. I think their returns are cruddy. So I'm staying away from NiceHash at this time. And I think that alt to alt coin currency trading is going to be a little bit better potentially. I've seen some 25% increases on some days when I was on Litecoins, others not. So, it's just a game. I would just say choose one or the other. Also, too, make sure that any of the pools that you're donating or that you are part of, make sure that you have donations turned off. Unless you really want to donate to that pool, I'm not saying anything against it, but I think that the pools actually charge a reasonable fee. Mining Pool Hub charges 9%, or sorry, 0.9%, with a 2% charge for the conversion. So I think that is definitely reasonable. And personally, I'm making a bet too. Cryptocurrency tulip bulb craze that Jamie Dimon has so since indicated is going to be here for a while. And what I was saying also earlier is that, like with Mining Pool Hub, you can choose which coin you go into. So it doesn't make much of a difference right now. Today, it's the 22nd of October, and Bitcoin to alt currency trading actually gets you a little bit more bang for the buck. So I'm currently in Bitcoin, but I do like Litecoin for the potential upside, faster transaction, and lower transaction fee. But I think between Bitcoin and Litecoin, you're going to be pretty good. And here you can see this just an example of what my layout is. I'm really prioritizing Cupid and Quark at this time, and keeping Zpool down as my secondary. And that's just my little State of the Union address with the A2000. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below, any questions that you might have. I'll be coming out with some new videos when I get the X10 miner coming in, which should be here, I would say, first week in November is when I expect it to happen. So until then, thanks and have a great day.